Hey guys, how's it going? Wixie Gaming here, and today I wanted to show you my Season 9 Shockadin build. This build feels really good to play because it has extremely fast movement speed along with good screen clear speed. The build has been slightly nerfed since Season 9, or since Season 8, but he still pulls his weight and can deal good consistent damage to groups. The Shockadin also has a lot of dodge built into his gear, so getting dodge capped is not a problem at all. We are also not tied down by any set bonus, so we get a lot of room to swap items if necessary. Now, I'll be breaking this guide into multiple different parts, so I'll start with the gear first, followed by the Mercenary Gear and talents, player talents, hero levels, relics, and finally some gameplay. So with that said, let's go ahead and get straight into the items. Now, starting with the gear, or starting with the runes, as you can see I have 10 nut runes stacked in my items. Now, my items are full 115%, so if you have less than that, you'll probably need anywhere from around 12 to 13 nut runes to get dodge capped, which isn't very high at all. With that said, let's go ahead and get into the items. So I use the Storm Pendant. This is the best in slot for lightning builds. I use the Thunder Glory. Now I tried with the Zeus set before, and it just doesn't perform it nearly as good after the nerf to the Zeus set. So Thunder Glory is the best in slot. Azure Wrath is also the best in slot for this build. It has +5 to Lightning Fury, has life per hit, mana per hit, tons of lightning damage, and tons of attack speed. It's one of the fastest weapons in the game, so getting procs on it is very simple. Now for the chest, I use the Zeus body armor. You can also use like the Genji's plate if you're able to obtain one, which is extremely hard to do. But the thing I like about the Zeus body armor is that it has attack speed, it has a lot of HP, has a lot of stamina, has a lot of lightning damage, and it has all resist, so it's a really good chest use all around. For the shield, we're going to use the Shadow Buckler, mainly because of the dodge and attack speed. However, it also has a lot of movement speed, so it's a really good choice for this build. For the potion, we're going to use the Maggot Eye Elixir. This is just best in slot for elemental builds. You can't beat it. For the belt, we use the Foxweave belt. This is the lightning belt, so it provides a lot of attack speed, movement speed, stamina, and lightning damage, which is really good. For the ring, now there's two different options you can use for the ring. You can either use the Demon Eye ring for the all talents, mana per hit, and life per hit, or you can use the Demon Steel ring for the attack speed. Personally, I'd probably use the Demon Steel ring. I just didn't put it on this character. But the Demon Steel ring has a ton of attack speed, so it's definitely, in my opinion, better. Now, I use the Odin's Battle Gloves mainly because it has 40 attack speed compared to the Thundergrass, which I believe only gets up to like 27%. So you get a lot more attack speed from these. However, you don't use the energy, you don't use the energy percent. And you also don't use the Holy Hammer talent points. So you're getting a couple wasted stats, but the attack speed and the lightning damage definitely carry it. Now for the boots, I use the tribal boots instead of the Zeus battle boots. The main reason why is that this gives elemental damage, which is really strong, and it also gives attack speed, which no other boot slot for the Shockadin does. If we compare that to, say, like the boots or the Zeus battle boots, these provide no attack speed. They just provide the 5,000 lightning damage. So we lose a little bit of damage in terms for the flat damage, but we gain that back with the attack speed. And then for the charm, you can use the Aztec coin or the Torch of Shadows. The Torch of Shadows is obviously the best choice, but the cool thing about the Aztec coin early on is that it provides dodge, so that allows you to stack less nut runes. For an earlier option, it also has all resists, which is really, really good. So yeah, I would definitely use the Torch of Shadows if you have access to it though. Now for the minion gear, I use Slate, Fortress, and Sky Commander's helmet, or Sky Crusader helmet. Now for Slate, the reason why I use this is it provides the Fanaticism aura, which gives 30% attack speed. It's really strong on the Shockadin, it helps a ton. Now to make a slate, you need a 5 socket 100 or item level 100 crossbow. That's gray, and you socket these runes in this order. It's Da, Ist, Ga 1, Hell, and Ox. So that's how you make slate. The next item is Fortress. So we use this for the Holy Freeze. Now, what Holy Freeze does is it puts chill on pretty much all the targets on the screen. As you can see, the target dummy is chilled from extremely far distance. So it's a really good option to use. And how you make that is you need a 6-socket steel armor, Templar coat, or shark tooth armor, and you have to socket these runes in this order. So it's Fem, Gaw 8, Drax, Fox, Rex, and Nut. So that's for Fortress. For the helmet, we just use a Sky Crusader helmet with 4 Fem runes. This is just so that you can get as much HP on your minion as possible. That way he's not dying left and right inside wormholes. Now for the talent points, for the minion, let me set them real quick. What I usually do is I put 30 in multi-shot, 30 in kneecap, 30 in rapid fire, 1 in each, and then the rest into piercing shots. Now, the reason why we build the minion this way is that we want the attack speed from the rapid fire because it's really useful. Even though the minion doesn't do a whole lot of damage, he still does his share, and the extra attack speed allows him to life leech a little bit faster, so that's a really good option. Now, going over our talent points, we put 25 into Lightning Fury. That's the bulk of our damage. That's why we are called the Shockadin. This is where all of our damage comes from. I put 25 points into Divine Shield because it actually shields you quite a bit. Let me shield myself real quick. So for example, this is a 7,700 shield. So, or 770,000 shield, so that's really strong to use. I put 25 points into Righteous Fury just because of the procs are really strong. They do a lot of damage and it heals you quite a bit. And then the last 20 points, you can either put them into Holy Shock Aura, or you can put them into Shield Slam. It's kind of up to you. I like the Holy Shock Aura just because it hits the screen compared to Shield Slam where it's more of just a single target option. I would use Shield Slam though inside wormholes compared to Holy Shock Aura. Now for our hero levels, we're going to put pretty much everything into Strength until we unlock Ancient Power, and then everything's going to be dumped into Ancient Power. The reason for that is that we scale primarily off of lightning, and a lot of the damage scaling from strength isn't really there. For example, we only have 18k strength, so we're not ever going to get to a point where strength does a whole lot for us. Now for the relics, they're fairly simple. You get the 5 floater relics, so you get the Demon Sheep, the Fetus, the Templar Shield, Guardian Angel, and Shredder. And then I like to get the +3 talents, so I get the 2 from Holy Grail, the 1 from Magic Mushroom. I like to get Storm Dagger for the damage it provides. It's really, really strong. I also get the Titan's Gladius for the procs. This has a proc to one-shot any target. It doesn't work on bosses, it just provides a lot of damage on bosses. Along with that, I like to get all the movement speed. So I get like the Monkey King bars, Amazon Spears, Butcher's Knife, Rock Belt, the Spoon, Blazing Boots, for the movement speed it provides. The other ones aren't needed as much, so like the Rice and Chopstick, Shattered Katana, Lightning Ball, those aren't really needed. I just like to have them because they're useful, and I really like the Disarming Powder on bosses because it makes bosses not one-shot you anymore, so that's a really good thing. Now, the gameplay on the Shockadin is fairly simple. You bind all of your stuff to one hotkey, and then you just auto-attack for all of your damage. So as you could see, just the chain lightnings going out is a bulk of my damage. Sorry if it looks a little slow. Old computer. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to block arrows with your shields. So you're trying to reflect those back to the targets, and that also protects your player itself. So you're doing that along with just dealing as much chain lightning damage as possible. So as you can see, I like to group up my mobs quite a bit and just go off of that. Really like the new Paladin skill, or the skin by the way. This is the new DLC skin. It's not out at the current time, but it will be out shortly. so look forward to that. It's really cool because it turns your hammers into swords. Looks really nice, actually. Just dealing a lot of damage, staying alive. Using my shields to block projectiles. So I'm sure you can grasp the gameplay, or grasp it, uh, from what you've seen so far. It's fairly straightforward. Use your shields to block damage. Um, Stay back, let your chain lightning deal the damage it needs to deal. And then you have a lot of move speed, so you're able to actually dodge a lot of attacks as well. Just physically dodging them instead of like using the dodge mechanic. As you can see, my move speed's really high. One thing you want to do is you want to start tossing your shield towards enemies as well. The reason for that is that it stuns them, so it's a 2-second stun. So in higher wormholes, definitely tossing that shield out and stunning targets is going to be really beneficial and useful. Let's go ahead and clear the boss here real quick. Now I am working on trying to get his single target damage buffed a little bit. As you can see, his single target is not the best. I'm only at wormhole 100 and the boss is taking a little longer, but it is a different season, so you do have to consider that as well. A lot of the bosses are going to take a lot longer compared to in Season 9, so you're going to see a lot slower bosses on most of the classes you play. I just want to kill him so I can get this video ended. The good thing about this build though is that you're able to stand back and do a lot of damage as well. So it helps on bosses like Annie and things like that where it's hard to just lock down and melee. Other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed the build, and if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.